Well, welcome to Hold Fast Brewing. It is the final coaches show for Drury University men's hockey program for 2025. And with us, as always, is assistant coach Cliff Cook for the D1 program. My name is Kevin Kline. I'm your public address announcer. But, boy, what a great weekend we are coming off of, huh, buddy?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And by the way, Jeremy's not here tonight. He's got dad duty again. His youngest is in a Christmas play tonight. So, but no, it was a lot of fun this weekend. Obviously, helps that we won, but as we've said, and we'll probably talk more about, it was just a great weekend for Springfield and the surrounding areas, close games, and really good for youth hockey, I would think, and the growth of hockey in this town to have just some exciting atmosphere.
So this past weekend was the first of what is probably going to be an annual tradition where we, the Drury Panthers, took on Missouri State University. An historic weekend because it was the first time that both Division I programs have hooked up against each other. And it was a 3-2 shootout win for Drury on Friday, and then another 3-2 win on Saturday. You know, I was talking to their general manager and assistant coach, Ryan Armstrong, Army, and he said, we were on the losing end, but if you were to script how you would want the first weekend of these two programs facing off against each other, this is exactly what you would want.
Couldn't have gone better from a community standpoint and for both programs. Obviously, we're excited to get the wins. You know, based on where we're headed right now, we, admittedly would have liked a bigger point spread, but at the same time, we were very aware of the significance of what was happening this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, if one team comes out and blows out the other team on Friday night, how big of a deal is Saturday going to be? Probably not.
Although I think the quote-unquote rivalry aspect might have been ramped up a slight bit on Saturday if that had happened.
Very true, and that leads me to one of the things I wanted to talk about. It was a very controlled, very gentlemanly 2 games.
Yeah, there was a decent amount of penalties, but it wasn't the kind of, just for example, we'll get into some of the oddities that happened this weekend, and there were plenty of those, but one that jumps out at me right away on Saturday, so we had 5 penalties Saturday, which for us, well, lately it's been kind of the norm, but generally speaking, we don't do that. But 4 of the 5 were tripping penalties. Like, that just doesn't happen. That's just weird. But, no, there wasn't the animosity I think people expected.
No, there wasn't any chippiness.
No, and Jeremy and I didn't think that would happen either, and I'm pretty sure Tom Winkler and Army didn't think so either, and it didn't happen. There's a respect. They've got guys on their team, particular guys that we had recruited, because, again, Canadians, who know a lot of our guys as well, so there's still some familiarity. But then, I think it was just a really – I think everybody understood, as they say, everybody understood the assignment. Let's just go play great hockey. They played phenomenal.
They really did. Both of their goaltenders, too. Gillivan on Saturday and Govero on Friday.
Yeah, they played great. We admittedly probably could have played better than we did, but at the same time it didn't matter because, it's as cliche as you get, and I'm known for my cliches on here at this point, but and it's, again, I still hesitate to call it a rivalry. It's just 2 games. But you can't take away the fact that we are, our locker rooms are 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
The campuses are, 3 blocks apart. Mm-hmm. There is something there. And when that happens at any sport, at any level, the chances of a blowout are pretty rare. It's going to be tight no matter what.
Yeah, because both teams bring their A game, and we saw that this weekend. Again, you talk about rivalries. We're just building one with Missouri State, but anytime you have a rivalry, even a seasoned one, throw the records and the rankings out the window.
Yeah, absolutely. And so they came in at number 21.
Didn't play like it.
No, well, and here's the thing. Let's talk about that because I think it's important. Like we're at the time, and we'll find as we're recording this, as we always do on a Tuesday night here at Holdfast. We're still number 5. That may or may not change tomorrow when the new rankings come out on Wednesday. There's a chance we'll drop to 6. We don't know yet. We'll see. Just everything's kind of. There were a lot of rivalry games this weekend, so which have been a lot of close games. So I don't know how much movement there's going to be. Having a tie on Friday didn't help us by any stretch.
So that's considered a tie.
It is considered a tie with regards to the rankings. But the thing is, with Missouri State coming in as number 21, when you start and you try not to look ahead, but we all do it. When you look ahead to the national tournament, top 24 get in, but not really. Because there's the auto bids.
Okay.
For example, last year we played Westchester in round 1. Westchester was the 24th team in the tournament, but rankings-wise, they were, I think, in the 30s.
So did they win their conference tournament?
They won their conference, yes. So they got an auto bid to get in. So Missouri State at 21, they were kind of on that bubble of teams that are going to get in based on ranking. They need to move up a spot or two to kind of have a little more of a cushion.
A little bit of a cushion, yeah.
And they should.
Absolutely, they should.
I suspect they'll move up 20 to 20 or 19 at some point, which is great for them. It keeps them right in the national tournament mix and not have to worry about the auto bids bumping anything out. Because of that, and we talked to the guys about this leading into the weekend, and this wasn't like any kind of ego thing, or it was a reality. Is this was their national tournament. They're playing a top 5 team, as we were at the time. They need to have a good performance to get to that spot to where they have a little bit of a cushion, and they gave us everything we could handle.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Friday night game in particular, because we came out what I thought a little flat in the first period, but yeah. I think one of the things I love about this show is I'm still learning hockey, and I think we're all always learning hockey, but I get to learn it from 2 of the premier coaches in the country, you and Coach Law. Did they clog the neutral zone and make it harder for us to get past? No.
I think the bigger issue, and this is, again, not taking anything away from Missouri State, who played a phenomenal game, or both games. Friday night in particular, first period, and we're not going to sit here and say it was the worst period we've had all year by any stretch. We've had some bad periods, but I think, and it was a little bit of a surprise, but not completely, that our guys got a bit caught up in the moment. They weren't used to this massive crowd we had. Missouri State is. That was a normal crowd for them.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a sold-out crowd over Brightspeed both nights.
Yeah, and again, as everybody at this point knows, Jeremy and I used to coach at Missouri State. We've seen that. We know that crowd. That's the Missouri State crowd. And I would argue, and I don't know what you thought, I figured it was about 70-30, not 60-40, 70-30, maybe 65-35 in Missouri State's favor with the crowd, which is fine. I mean, that is what it is. It's not completely unexpected. You're talking about a school of 29,000 students and a school with 1,800 students. You're going to get it.
Well, I thought, and Brewer's dad and I talked about this because he came in for the weekend. Yeah, we thought it was closer to 65-35, maybe 60-40 Missouri State on Friday. Saturday, we thought we turned the tables.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe the result on Friday. Yeah, maybe the result on Friday had something to do with that. And we don't know. When we were, doing ticket sales leading up to that, the one thing we don't see, and I don't know if the school sees through the program we use for ticket sales. Well, even if they did, they wouldn't know what the demographic was. It's not like you put in there, "Hey, I'm a Missouri State fan." If they all say Springfield, that can mean anything.
Right.
So we don't know what the true makeup was, it just going by the visual.
But one of our fears was that because they outnumber us and because they have a longer program establishment, that it could have been filled with the maroon and white. But it wasn't.
No, and I don't know necessarily that was a fear. And the reason I bring that, there's 2 reasons. One is kind of funny, and maybe I shouldn't mention it, but hey, we'll take whatever payment they want to give us for a ticket.
Well, of course.
Their money goes just as well as anybody.
Indeed.
So we'll take all that, especially when our students, faculty, and staff get in free and theirs don't. I mean, bring it.
Yeah, right.
But at the same time, too, our guys are used to playing. Not this year. This is where our nerves came in, because we're not used to it at the college level at this point. But we got a lot of guys, including a couple guys you're about to interview, who are used to playing in front of good crowds at their junior level and playing championship level hockey and things like that. So they were used to it, but it's been a while. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where the nerves kind of kicked in, and we were a little antsy, we were a little jumpy, and just didn't play our game. And once we kind of settled in,
which happened in the second period.
Once we kind of settled in, I'm not going to say we completely took control, but it was a different game.
It really was.
It was more.
It was a different weekend from then on.
Yeah, from then on. But again, because of how well Missouri State played, it became more of an even thing rather than that first period on Friday. I mean, they were in control for sure.
Oh yeah.
And that was them playing well and us just not finding the moment. But once we found the moment, we were fine.
I want to talk about 2 specific things on Friday night's game. The first one, FYM, Frankie gives up a neutral zone turnover, does on the back check, slides on his stomach, sweeps the stick across, got the puck and the stick first, but then draws a tripping penalty. Good penalty?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what led to it was not great.
Right.
But, yeah, no, and that was I think that was Russ that went back to make the play there and got the penalty out of it. Yeah, I mean, you'll take that all day long instead of a breakaway.
So if he doesn't hit puck and stick first, Is that a penalty shot?
Doesn't matter. No, that
would not have been a penalty shot?
No, and one of the things we had to tell the guys, just for anybody watching that was having the same kind of reaction as some of our guys on the bench did, back in the day, there was the way that penalty worked. Now they've kind of cleaned it up for the refs to make it easier. Doesn't help the teams any, but it does help the refs. Used to be if you made contact with the puck first, it wasn't a trip at all.
Oh, okay.
It just wasn't a penalty. That created so many variables that no one needed. So now that's not a thing anymore. A trip's a trip, whether you get the puck first or not. I didn't think I don't know that I was. There was definitely a chance for a penalty shot there. I mean, more power to you. Let him have a penalty shot. We got Jozef Kuchaslo in net. So, but that's one of those judgment calls. It could have been, and honestly, I wouldn't have minded. I'd rather, at this point, honestly, I'd rather have that with that guy in net that's sitting right over there than a power play, even though our penalty kill is one of, if not the best in the country.
Oh, we're going to talk to Chazzer in segment number 2 here, but that leads me to my next question/statement. When it went into shootouts,
we were winning.
One of the penalty box officials asked me who wins this, and I said, I'll bet my house on it that we win.
We knew.
Number 2, for 2 reasons. We got Chazzer, one of the top goaltenders in the country, but we got snipers.
Yeah,
we got snipers taking shots.
And there was the other side of it, too, that our buddy Steve Casson brought up, which we didn't know going in, because that's when we do our scouting, we're not looking at shootout numbers because you don't think you're going to get to that point. But apparently that was I think, 3rd time at home, Missouri State, or maybe the 2nd time. It must have been the 2nd time. 2nd time at home. They've been in 3 shootouts this year. Mm-hmm. 2nd time at home. They've had 5 shooters because ours went to 2, the previous went to 3. Their first shooter on Friday is the first time they've actually had a shot on net.
Really?
The other 4, including the second one on Tuesday, didn't even get a shot on.
Wow.
So yeah, we're good. Like Jeremy even said it. As soon as it was getting late in the overtime and it was clear neither team was going to put one in, and we were going to shoot, we're like, oh yeah, we're fine. We're good. We've got Joe. We've got Garch. We've got Luke, we've got KT, we've got Horiachka, all the guys who were kind of lined up to go. We were fine. And we actually didn't even pick the shooters. This is kind of our strategy.
How does that happen?
Well, no, I think it's a smart strategy. I think a lot of teams would do this, and if they're not, maybe they should. As soon as we know we're going to a shootout, Jeremy goes to one end of the bench and hands Josh Robbins a piece of paper. He goes to the other end of the bench, hands Brett Sweet a piece of paper, and says,
"Those are the backup goaltenders.
Those are the other goaltenders on our team. So give us who the shooters are, because they see these guys every day."
Oh my God, how cool is that?
They see these guys every day.
Right.
Our guys love to do breakaways on them because they're jerks and the goalies hate it. But again, at the same time, it works in our advantage. So our shooting order was because of Josh and Brett.
Wow. So credit them with the assist.
100%.
Yeah, credit them with the game assist. You brought up Aston gets the game winner in the shootout on Friday. Also because
technically,
Garch
has the game winner.
Explain, please.
Well, they didn't score. Garch had the first goal.
Yep.
Technically speaking, Garch had that game winner.
So then Aston had
as he's doing homework over here, getting ready for the interview.
Anmol Garcha will be coming up in segment number 2 along with Jozef Kuchaslo. So then Aston's goal was the put out of reach,
that
the
was
clincher.
The insurance goal. In fact, there is, even on our website, I don't know if you've ever done the kind of expanded stats. There's a button you can expand the stats. There is a stat for insurance goals.
Really?
Yeah. Now, because it's a shootout and neither one of them get credit for a goal.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which is fine. But they might not say it's fine, but yeah it's fine. So Aston's became the insurance goal.
Now, Aston does get the game winner on Saturday, and I know that you're the editor of this. Look at this goal. You can't even explain this. I didn't see it. I mean, because we're ice level, and there were so many people blocking the shot.
Full disclosure, Jeremy and I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
And we can blame Anmol Garcha for that.
Why?
Because Garcha came to the bench. He had a problem with his skate, so he's on down there, and Jeremy's closest to him, so he's trying to help him with his skate. I'm looking over to see if I can help, because I generally help with that stuff because of family business back home. So we're both looking at it. Next thing you know, the bench is going bananas. And not only are they going bananas, they're going, oh, my God, the goal of the year. It's the greatest goal. And we're like, what? We just missed this. So we had to go back and watch it later, and that's when I was able to clip that. Thankfully, the Web Sports Radio crew, Steve Casson's interns are awesome. They had a secondary angle from behind as
Yeah.
well, so I was able to put those two together, which everybody will see now because it'll be included in this. But it was just.
But you look at that
special.
goal and all the things that have to go right for that goal. Number one, he has to beat his defenseman on the blue line.
Yeah, he beat
a really good defenseman.
Sam Frederick, who we love to death. Sam was one of our guys when we were there. I love Sam. He's their team captain. He doesn't get beat often.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to beat Sammy.
So,
and, he got beat, but he also was able to get enough of Luke to get him down on his knees. And then the other defenseman comes over.
Hits him again.
Gets a piece of his shoulder, which spins him around. And yet the puck's still there.
The puck was right
there. It was still there.
I mean, you talk about things that are meant to be.
It's just unbelievable.
And then he put it upper shelf.
Yeah, beautiful.
It was unbelievable. The place went nuts. Luke Aston went nuts. His teammates went nuts. I mean, it was spectacular.
And the best part about that goal is the guy that runs the defenseman. That was the only forward goal of the weekend.
Yeah.
We had 5 goals, and 4 of them were defensemen.
Yep. How do you explain that?
It's not necessarily a good thing, let's be honest.
Why not?
We need our forward scoring goals.
Well, okay, yeah, but
it also shows the secondary scoring we have and the depth we have, which is great. But yeah, we need and they know it, we need our forwards scoring more goals. But hey, we find ways to win, and that's the thing. I think if we could take anything out of this weekend, good teams, great teams, no matter what, find ways to win. We found a way to win both nights.
Yep. And that we did. Russell Kozak gets his first collegiate goal of his career.
It was a beauty, too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was a great one. And then, the other oddity of the weekend now, Jozef Kuchaslo has more assists than shutouts this year. Because he had an assist early in the year. He had 2 on Friday night. And now he's got 3 assists and 2 shutouts.
Yeah.
Figure that one out.
Yep, we're going to ask him about that in segment number 2, which is coming up next on the Coaches Show here at Hold Fast Brewing. Number 88, Anmol Garcha, forward, and number 30, Jozef Kuchaslo, goaltender, coming up in the next segment. Cookie, we'll see you back here on segment number 3.
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect. It's the Coaches Show for Drury Hockey at Hold Fast Brewing. Back for segment number 2 at Hold Fast Brewing. It is the Drury University Men's Division I Hockey Coaches Show. Segment number 2, we always get to meet and chat with 2 of the players from the D1 program. And very excited to have both of these boys on the far end of the table over there. Forward number 88, Anmol Garcha, who is tied for the lead right now in points with 26 on the season so far. Garch, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. Doing well. Good to see you. And then to my immediate right and Anmol's left would be goaltender number 30, Jozef Kuchaslo. 2 shutouts this year and 3 assists. How's that working, brother?
It's pretty good. Yeah,
it is pretty good.
I didn't even know how many points I had until Cookie texted me on, I think it was Friday's game. I had 2 points. I didn't even realize.
Does that just make you laugh?
Yeah,
because it's not what you expect out of a goaltender.
I wasn't even trying to get points, and then I don't know, it just racks up a little bit. But
Garch, how much do you care about being the team co-leader in points?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't really care, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about getting the win. So I'm just trying to do what I can.
Yeah. So then you'd be lying if you said you didn't care. So how big of a feather in the cap was it that you came in second in points in the Chicago Showcase out of the whole tournament?
That was pretty cool.
I mean, it's still it's still cool. I mean, number 2 is pretty good. I'll take it any day of the week. But, it just came out with a few good wins. Couldn't really get anything going against Ohio, but that's just a learning experience, and, it was fun.
What's the key to your game?
My game is just more about preparation. I feel like if I'm prepared before the game, I'll be able to do anything, and it's just kind of going through my routine and being ready.
Chancellor, what's the key to your game? As a goaltender with 2 shutouts?
I'd say a lot of the same things that Anmol just talked about. I mean, just preparing, being ready to go, being mentally. I feel like goaltending's a lot of mental. It's a mental game as well. So, just being mentally prepared to go and perform is big. And then having confidence in myself and my teammates.
So in the first segment, I don't know if you guys were able to hear, but Cookie was talking about you guys both played in the KIJHL in Canada, and you guys are used to big crowds like what we saw this past weekend. But was this crowd a little bit different against Missouri State?
I mean, maybe a little bit, just because like we haven't really played in front of a crowd like that in a while. But I mean, the crowds, like the bigger crowds in Canada, like especially in Revelstoke, it was hostile. It was
a lot of what every home game I played for 3 years was less people overall, I'd say, like population wise, but the noise that they made in the crowd and everything was a lot louder and a lot more like chants at people.
I was surprised. I wasn't surprised at the crowd turnout. We were sold out both nights, but I was surprised at how subdued the crowd was until somebody scored. Then there was eruption, but I thought for sure that there would be maybe even fisticuffs in the stands because, you got two schools that are right next to each other and they want to prove a point. But no, I thought it was a very gentlemanly affair in the stands and on the ice. What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah, I think everything was like pretty tame. I mean, no one really wanted to do anything to put their team at a disadvantage. So, yeah, it was just pretty tame and it was fun.
I think we've had bigger, like more brutal games against other teams that have been like further away than Missouri State. I mean, I think overall, like like you said, like it was not very many penalties, not very many like I don't even think there was a single like real fight or like it was just mostly pushing and shoving, like normal stuff you see in a hockey game.
Well, yeah, like Cookie said, we had 5 penalties and 4 of them were tripping.
Exactly, yeah, it was all stick penalties, all like nothing really like roughing or anything. But it was interesting because the crowd was, a little bit. I think it was like more like 50-50. I think we expected it to be a little bit more. More Missouri State, but I think it was there was a lot of red there. So
I thought Saturday we were 60-40 at worst, 70-30 possibly even on Saturday. So, I mean, if you're building a rivalry, that's the kind of 2 games you want. You don't want to blow out. You want people to be invested and involved in it. I thought Missouri State played very, very well, as did we. Yeah. So, congratulations, guys. All right, now I'm going to go to my notes, all right? Garch, one of 4 people from Sherwood Park, one of 4 from the Princeton Posse. How big of an advantage is that for you on this team?
I mean, it kind of is, kind of not. I mean, I don't really, like, play with anybody directly, but I guess it's just good for, like, just team building and stuff. Like, when we first got here, it was nice to, like, know people and, like, have, like, some sort of common ground. And even with, like, guys like Joe and everybody else that played around the KI, it's kind of, like, the same feeling. You kind of, like, already knew them in a sense, right? So it was just, like, easier to make, like, a connection and just, like, build a friendship with people. So that was the nicest part of that, but...
Chazzer, you from Revelstoke, and Aston also was a teammate of yours in Revelstoke. Have you ever seen anything from Aston like what you saw this past weekend with that goal on Saturday?
That was pretty awesome. And
Holy smokes.
I love the shot that they got of it.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
From the corner there with the kind of like the cinematic camera there. It was really cool. It was awesome. I know Aston doesn't even have an Instagram, but I still reposted it on my Instagram.
You could give us a unique insight on this. I contend when nobody I don't think saw the actual pirouette and stuff like that on how beautiful of a goal it was until we saw the replay. Do you think that goaltender gave up on that? Because he's not going to get a shot off like that. No way.
You almost don't even expect him to. You just made such a good play on the puck.
Exactly.
You don't even expect him to shoot the puck there. So it was just, I think more so just a really good play by Luke there to even get that shot off and even get himself in a position to do that. So I think that was more so what caused the goal, less the goalie's fault, more so just Aston's effort.
A lot of parents have come to the last 2 series. Garch, your parents made an appearance over in Chicago and saw you there. I thought it was very heartwarming that you and your mom went to breakfast by yourselves. And I just heard that one of the biggest things that you miss about being home is your mom's cooking.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
what does she cook? What's her best
dish? She makes
dish?
like a lot of traditional food, and like I'll eat that a lot. But like she's just pretty well rounded. Like her skills are just like amazing. I don't know what to say. It just.
Is she your best friend? I know last year you said Beaupre was.
No, I definitely. I guess people like maybe say a little bit that I'm like a mama's boy, but like that's kind of normal. I'm a single child, right? So I don't really have any siblings, so people give me like crap for that, but I don't really care. Like my mom, I love her, and yeah, I don't know.
Well, she brought you into this world, dude. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, like it'd be pretty bad if I didn't love her. So.
Wouldn't it though? Chazzer, your dad was in town for the Missouri State series, and he said something interesting to me on Friday before the game. He said, am I going to have an opportunity to get down on the glass? And I'm like, well, yeah, why wouldn't you? He says, good. He goes, but can I go from goal to goal? I'm like, yeah, just walk around. I'm like, why do you want to do that? He goes, oh, I always like to stand behind the goaltender, especially Joe, and watch him. Does that make you nervous when your dad's behind the?
No, I barely even notice.
Really?
I'm so used to him doing that over the course of my. He used to do that back in Pee Wee.
Really?
Or whenever he stopped coaching and started becoming a parent, full-time parent, it was he was doing that the whole time. Just he'd make it a little less noticeable. He'd go in the stands on my side and then the stands on the other side and go back and forth, but. No, he's always done that, so I'm totally used to him doing that, and it honestly gives me a little more confidence because I know that he's there watching and might want to perform better. So
very good.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, if that does make you nervous, how much are you concentrating on the game then?
No, yeah, I'm not. It doesn't really make me any more nervous. It just makes me a little more confident. So
well, I think
he's there.
I think he did make it down there on Friday, but then I noticed on Saturday that he was up in the bird's eye perch, and I was like, well, maybe he got a little nervous himself on the 3-2 shootout.
Exactly. Yeah, I think honestly his habits have changed a little bit over the years. So I think as I've gone through junior and stuff, he's seen me play like less and less as it goes on. So I think less and less has become more of his routine and more just kind of mellowing out and being a little bit more normal.
Hey, Garch, your role on the power play seems to have changed from earlier this year. It almost seems like you're a defensive person now, but can you explain what your role on the power play is? Because I see you at the point a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of it's just like a natural thing. I don't know. I just kind of end up there. It's like just a rotation that we have, right? But I'm kind of like more meant to like facilitate a little bit, like pass the puck around and try to get people open for shots. But I mean, I'll rip the puck every once in a while, but like I'm trying to set up my teammates, and sometimes I just end up at the point or even in the slot. I've been going to the slot a lot recently just to get some shots off from there. But it's just about getting a different look and just being able to flow well with my teammates on the power play. So,
Chazzer, we were talking in the first segment with Cookie, and I was asked this question before we went into shootouts on Friday night's game: who wins this game? And I said we got Jozef Kuchaslo and we got snipers. There's no way we lose this game. Is that the way you feel whenever we go into overtime or a shootout?
Overtime is definitely different than the shootout for sure. Overtime is you can get some crazy opportunities, especially if you push forward and don't end up scoring and they end up coming back on a rush. They can get 2 3-on-1s, 2-on-0s, 1-on-0, like breakaways, whatever. So a lot of that is like when it's an open play, it's a little bit different. But the shootout, yeah, I'm decently confident. I know I got a lot of good guys shooting on me in practice. I'm getting ready to go there. So I think it's just being focused and being confident in myself and knowing that I can, make a good effort at making the save.
I'm going to talk to you about that practice because Cookie even said that the order of shooters for Drury at the shootout was picked by Sweeter and by Josh Robbins, who are your backup goaltenders. And I was going to ask this before he even said that. Garch, in practice, how does it help your game shooting against three of the best goaltenders in the country?
I mean, it definitely does make me better when, like, obviously you're not shooting on like an absolute pylon, so like yeah. it'll help, like, trying to aim your shots and just be able to pick your spots right, because to beat a good goalie you got to pick the right spot and the perfect spot, so that kind of helps out with that. So
Chazzer, when you're facing snipers like Garch and Beaupre and KT and Aston and all the quick shot guys, how's that up your game?
Well,
seeing it every day.
They've found we've been practicing for so long together. They've now found the spot on me, and I know where they're gonna go every single time. I know where Garcha is gonna go every single time, and he still picks on me. So it actually makes me upset because I know where he's gonna shoot the puck, and I can't stop it because I know
Is it because it's that quick, or is it because it's just in that perfect spot?
It's in that perfect spot where
kidding.
I'm just like, he just knows where I'm weak and where he can beat me at. So I just think it's just another thing with his skill and everyone else's skill on our team. It just shows how good of a team we are.
The boys, we're 18-1 right now. We just finished a sweep against the crosstown rivals, but we are going to our Christmas break. That leads me to the Christmas questions. We had our Christmas party just a couple days ago, and how was the Secret Santa? What did you get for Secret Santa?
I got a nice gift from Josh Robbins. It was pretty interesting. I had a nice little case of beer and then a couple other things that made me pretty happy to see. So it was some chocolate thrown in there, so it was pretty good.
Awesome. Garch? Can you talk about it? Can you even say?
I don't think I can say one of the things, but Tyson softened me up with a T-shirt, and it was a pretty nice Toronto Maple Leafs T-shirt. But the other thing, I just can't say on.
Oh, that's okay. Toronto Maple Leafs. That leads me to this question, because I know that the team got tickets to go see the Blues versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Garchi thought that was just a present for you,
Yep.
but no, it was for the whole team. How can a boy from just outside of Edmonton be a Toronto fan?
I don't know. My whole family and extended family, or especially in like around that Edmonton area, they're all Oilers fans. Me and only one of my cousins are Leafs fans. My dad hates Toronto. My mom will cheer for them because I cheer for them, but I just don't know. It's kind of just happened. I didn't really want to cheer for Edmonton, but yeah, I used to like them a little bit when I was a kid, like growing up, but then now I just like absolutely despise them. And all my roommates too, Gavin, Aston, and Lucas, they're all Oilers fans. I just can't stand those guys sometimes, but
That's hilarious.
I don't know, but I'm actually going down to Toronto on Friday after finals is over, and I'm going to watch them play Edmonton. So I hope they kick
Very cool.
Edmonton's butt.
At the Christmas party, we had some player-voted year-end awards. Both of you were awarded some hardware. Garch, a two-time winner. Let's talk about you first, Chazer. Fashionably challenged. That means you're the worst dresser on the team.
Apparently, I don't know.
Now this is voted on by your
I didn't. I think it's more so game day. They don't like my game day fit. But I think, honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I don't think this is an award that you can claim by yourself. You got to give Claudia some credit on this one, because if she's not telling you how to dress, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I thought I was dressing pretty good. She has pretty big influence on my outfits as well. So I don't know. Maybe it's partially on hers.
You need to share that award with her for
maybe.
sure. Garch, you won 2 awards, the Mr. Personality Award. Hey, guys, we're going to go get him next time. I've never seen that side of you. Are you, like,
Mr. Positive?
What bothers you?
I don't think that one bothers me as much, but like the drama queen one definitely bothers me a little bit. But because the description was actually that they freak out when they take penalties. I only have 2 penalties.
Yeah, you got 4 minutes of penalties this year.
And one of them I served, so it doesn't even count. So I have 1 actual penalty this year. But by definition, it should count. But I don't know, the positivity one. I've actually been like super positive on the bench lately. Like people will tell you that, but other than that, like people think I'm like kind of like a Grinch sometimes.
He shared that one with his roommate too.
Yeah.
That was a shared award. He's I think he beats me in a tiebreaker, but I mean, at least I have someone to share it with. So.
There you go. And last year you did say that the best part about the season was your friendship with Daniel Beaupre. What's the best part of this year?
I think just honestly, like the hockey's been a lot more fun, just getting to play better opponents, because last year our schedule wasn't really up to par with us being like a first-year team, right? So this year it's already been better with the strength of schedule and playing games every weekend that actually are meaningful. It's way more fun than last year, so that's the biggest thing.
Chazer, for you, what's been the best part of this season?
I think just we've got I think our team has rounded out a lot better. I think we've actually gotten a lot better this year as well. So I think it's just the new guys coming in, blending in with everything, making us play at a better level, and then obviously like Garcha was saying, our opponents making us play higher level as well. And I think we got a lot to look forward to in the second half of this semester.
Well, not an easy schedule in the second half.
Exactly.
So we come back and we open up with Maryville, who's a top 10 team. We play them 4 times, and then we also have McKendree, and we have Midland, who's a top 20 team, and then also Illinois State. So yeah, we've got some really good competition staring us down before we head into nationals in March. So how are you guys going to stay in shape over the break?
I'm definitely going to skate a little bit with all the free time I'm going to have, and probably go to the gym too. I mean, I'd probably be mad at myself if I didn't, just because of how much I'm not going to have anything else to do, so I might as well stay active.
And you're going to make Mom cook healthy, right?
She's going to make me whatever I want to. So, yeah.
Chazer, what are you doing in the off season or in the break?
Me, it's more so for recovery. I'm not even going to bring my gear home. I'm just gonna go and relax, go to physio, and get my body sorted out, and still hit the gym every once in a while, and try to go as much as I can. But yeah, more so just recover, make sure I take full advantage of the break, eat clean and everything, but just be ready to go for the second semester.
Awesome, boys. Well, it's been fun watching you guys in the first half of the season. Love both of you. You guys are great players, and thanks for hanging out on this segment number 2. Number 88, Anmol Garcha. Number 30, Jozef Kuchaslo. We will be back with Coach Cook in segment number 3. We're going to talk about that upcoming schedule, and we're also going to talk about a couple of other things that are interesting with the Drury Division I hockey program from Holdfast Brewing. It's the Coach's Show. Well, welcome back to the third and final segment of this Drury University Men's Hockey Coaches Show. I'm Kevin Kline, public address announcer, assistant coach Cliff Cook with us. We are 18-1. We're going on a 4 to 5 week Christmas break as we do every year. But when we come back, we have a very difficult schedule.
We do. We've got 4 games against Maryville, who, as we speak, I think or maybe they're back by now. They were in Canada and they were headed up to Alaska.
Yeah.
They had a huge win in Canada, which is making
Simon Fraser, right?
Yeah, and that's making some pretty big news in our league.
Because Simon Fraser's an NCAA Division I program.
No,
they're not?
No, they're a Canadian university,
okay.
But they're one of the top Canadian universities out there. Now, they were headed, I don't remember the date.
Alaska Anchorage. They play Alaska Anchorage on Wednesday.
Okay, it's Wednesday. Thank you. Sorry, John. John Hogan's good friend of ours, their coach. I didn't know the actual timeline of things, but yeah, they're headed up to Anchorage. And the Seawolves, I think, is who Anchorage is. Could be Fairbanks. No, Seawolves are Anchorage, I think. They are NCAA Division I. So, and Grand Canyon University was just there playing those guys. So, yeah, it's Maryville's playing a kind of a slightly hybrid schedule this year. Definitely they are next year because of where they're headed in a couple years, but we'll let them talk about that. But no, we have Maryville 4 times. We have home at first, and then on the road to end the regular season.
Mm-hmm. We have Midland.
There. who's so. I mean, we love Jan, as we've talked about many times on here, but they're very Jekyll and Hyde. You never know what you're going to get out of Midland.
They seem to play to their level of competition because they played us well.
For one game.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Jekyll and Hyde is, because for one game they played us great, took us to overtime, and then the next game we were dominant.
But when that happens, is it, we gave it our best effort on Friday and came up short?
No, because usually
Did you get in your head?
Well, no. What usually happens, if you really kind of look at it, now obviously with our team it's hard to see this as much, but generally speaking, what happens when you're on the road, the Saturday game is your better game.
Because you're not traveling.
You've had your night of sleep. You're there. You're kind of chilled out, and for them, their best game was that Friday game. Now, granted, again, not taking anything away, we talked about it at the time. That was not a good game for us. We did not play as well, and they played well. Saturday, we became the Drury we know we are, and played pretty close to a 60-minute game and pretty well dominated. But and I figure it feels like I'm saying that a lot about teams to where I'm not giving them enough credit, which we're playing tough competition. But
Garch even said it. That's the best part about this season is the strength of schedule we have for them.
That's the thing, and we just can't deny the fact that we have a good hockey team.
We do.
So there's no apologies coming from me when I say, yes, the other team played well, but we're a better team. Mm-hmm. And that's not always going to be the case. We get that. Ohio, it wasn't the case. Maryville, we'll see. Maryville's ranked lower with us, but that's purely because their strength of schedule is kind of ridiculous.
Well, I was going to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
So let's see. Now, they've traveled to Brooklyn and played Long Island University, which is an NCAA.
Yep.
Those are considered exhibition games.
Yep.
As same with their Canada trip, their Alaska. But in D1 for ACHA, they traveled to Minot.
Yep.
They traveled to Ohio.
They've played Ohio, I think, 4 times.
4 times.
Yeah.
And they've traveled to Virginia to play Liberty.
Yeah. We have kind of an ongoing group chat with John Hogan, Jeremy, and myself. And, he said it best because we sent him a message after the Simon Fraser win the other day where they had, 3 power play goals and an empty netter and a 4-2 win. 4-2-4-1, something like that. But just congratulating him on a great game, and the fact that we are probably for the first time, because even the Ohio game, I don't know if we were worried. It was just the reality of the situation. But we're worried about McKendree or Maryville. And as John put it, and we agreed, they are coming into that weekend battle tested.
Oh yeah,
they are playing top end opponents every weekend. We're playing a great schedule, but not to the level that they're playing right now.
Yeah, well, the Minotts and the Jamestowns and the Marys, they play each other almost every other weekend. Maryville's doing the same thing, but we have them 4 times this year. We might be able to schedule them 2 or 4 more times next year. Missouri State played us well. We can schedule them again next year. I mean, we have options to play better competition each week now.
We do, and our schedule for next year is coming along. Hopefully, it'll probably, kind of like last year, it'll probably be a while before we can announce it. But if we get the things we're hoping to get, it's going to be a pretty exciting schedule for sure. But at the end of the day, you just still got to win the games, no matter who's in front of you, and that's what we've been able to do.
Let's talk about winning games. So you and Jeremy have a past coaching history with Missouri State.
Yep.
You have a very deep friendship with Maryville's head coach, John Hogan.
Yep.
If we were to sweep them at home here, what sweep would be more satisfying?
Oh, neither. The only reason why the Maryville one would be, not only because of the caliber of opponent, but at our time at Missouri State, we really struggled to beat Maryville. I don't remember beating them more than one time in my 3 years there, and I think that was the last season we were at Missouri State. So we always very much struggled, because it was, that was the Missouri rivalry at the time, as far as hockey goes, especially once Lindenwood left ACHA Division I, went to NCAA. It was Missouri State and Maryville. And those games were always intense, but they always seemed to get the better of us. We ended up beating them that last year we were there. So that would be good, not only to kind of get one back on John finally, but also because of the caliber of opponent. Yes, as I said, they are technically ranked below us. That's one of those that
you can't look at that ranking.
You can't. They are absolutely a top 5 talented team, no question about it. But because of the level of opponent they play, and their record isn't necessarily,
it's not gaudy.
It's not like our 18-1 by any stretch. That's why they get ranked a little lower. But make no mistake, they are one of the best teams in the country without question.
And they come here on January 17th and 18th, Brightspeed Ice Park. You can get your tickets by following Drury University Division I Hockey Men's Program. Cookie, it's time for your favorite segment. It's Viewer Mail.
So I need my beer.
This one comes to us from a gentleman named S. Claus from the North Pole.
S. Claus? All right.
Dear Coach Cook, 2-part question. What is your Christmas wish?
Oh, I don't know if I could talk about that here. Yeah. That's no, I don't, I'm not this is going to sound terrible, especially when the guy I coach with is the ultimate Christmas guy. He just lives and dies by Christmas, and I've never been a huge holiday guy. Holidays for me growing up meant hockey tournaments.
Yeah.
So we were rarely home, and if we were at the rink. It's great being around friends and family. I was able to go home and see my mom and stepdad for Thanksgiving, which was great. But I'll be here this year in Springfield unless something changes, working up until Christmas Day, and then probably working the day after Christmas. So, yeah, I don't know that I have anything in particular. From a personal standpoint, I would like to see the situation, and I was going to, I guess I could take this time now to just really thank everybody, selfishly, from a personal standpoint. In what has been an amazing year on the ice, it's been a very difficult year for me off the ice, as I think a lot of people watching this will know. Losing my paid status as an assistant coach at the university. Nothing that anybody's done wrong. I still love everybody over there. I've said this many times. Our athletic director, Nyla, is just an amazing person. Our new school president, Dr. Frederick's awesome.
But what did Nyla think about the game on Friday? She was there.
She loved it. She texted Jeremy after. It was her first game since we've been there that she came to, and she absolutely loved it, loves the atmosphere, loved everything on and off the ice that we were doing, which is great for us. But it's been tough. There's just no denying it. For those that don't know, because of what happened with me being moved to volunteer status, I'm not at practices anymore because we practice in the afternoons I'm still at work. So it's been
And the road games.
Road games, yeah, it's tough. We've got 2 road trips left. I will probably be able to go to one of those, not both. I will definitely be at Nationals. We've got that figured out, but like the Midland trip I was not on.
Which it doesn't matter anyway, because you've got a big weekend there, probably at Holdfast here, because somebody's celebrating a massive birthday.
Yeah, so that the weekend we go
Can't
to
be
Midland.
too upset about that.
Actually, I was getting them confused because it was the Illinois State weekend I didn't get to go on. Midland is coming up. Yes, it's my birthday weekend. I'm turning 30. 30 plus 20. But yeah, so it's just been hard, but I've had unbelievable support.
Well, I was going to say, I hope you know that in the difficult time, you know who your true friends are and who you can lean on.
No, but it's been great because, again, I wanted to say thank you to the players first. They were frustrated at first when it happened, as we all were. We've kind of had to build a new, not relationship, but kind of structure on how I'm involved. I'm doing more video stuff from home and things like that instead of being at the practices. And the parents have been amazing. I can't thank them enough. And then all of our supporters, obviously you and Trish have been unbelievable. But it's all of our fans, our volunteers that kind of know the situation have been incredibly supportive. So I kind of wanted to take this time in our kind of holiday heading out show to just thank everybody, because it has been hard. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. It's been very difficult, despite the fact that on the ice it's been a magical season, and I couldn't be happier. And so there's a bit of a bittersweet side of it for me personally. But I love these guys to death, and me being the coach that doesn't always show that they'll tell you I'm more the intense coach, and we'll get on there on them. And but I hope they understand what they mean to me, and I think they do. And it's just I'm excited for where this program's headed, and hopefully moving forward the situation will change. We've had some great meetings recently. Jeremy in particular has had some great meetings, so hopefully our situation will change. Hopefully we'll have some fairly big announcements soon on ways, again, to support our program, which will help the players, it will help our travel, it will help, let's be honest, me personally.
There you go.
But that's not what it's about. I want everything for these guys, but I also understand everything for these guys includes myself and Jeremy.
Absolutely.
So,
second part of S Claus from the North Pole question, very quick. Jeremy Law, naughty or nice?
Oh, he's nice.
Yeah?
I can't even deny that. I'd love to be a jerk and say it. I mean, our buddy John McCurry, that's a whole other story, but yeah. So, anyways, yeah, no, he's nice. He's a Christmas freak. He's going to be really disappointed he's not here for this backdrop behind us.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
So.
Well, Cookie Man, congratulations on a great first half of the season. Looking forward to Maryville, January 17th and 18th. Thanks for letting Trish and me be a part of the program.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to the whiskey night before Christmas. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep, we're going to have a whiskey night over at the Kline's house. Thank you so much for supporting Drury Hockey.